So we've got the final group stage games of the men's side of the draw in the Olympic Games coming up on Tuesday. 8 matches as always, 16 teams as always, and there's a lot on the line for every group. So I'm going to do this one instead of the order that they're actually going to be played. I'm going to do them in the order of the groups. Just go from A down to D. Just so you guys know as well, with this being the final group games, every group game is actually coherent. So like, for example, both of Group C's games kick off at 2 p.m, while both of Group A's games kick off at 6 p.m. But I'll go in the group order just to keep things a bit more consistent. So first of all, with Group A, we've got New Zealand against France and also the USA against Guinea. So France are qualified pretty much for the next rounds as it is. A draw will absolutely 100% see them through, no matter what. Both of these games are kicking off, by the way, at 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. local time over in France. I would back France to actually win this one though. I mean, New Zealand were very much humbled by the USA in their previous game. So I'm going to go for a France victory on the one. I'll say 2-0. I'll say 2-0. I mean, France have been very good so far this tournament, to say the least. So yeah, moving on. In the next game, we've got USA against Guinea. The USA, I mean, bit of a mixed bag really. They beat New Zealand in their first game very comfortably 4-1. In the next game they were very much humbled by France 3-0. So I think they've still got too much for Guinea though. I'm going to go for 2-0 win for the USA. So that'll mean the USA go through while New Zealand and Guinea both go out. Group B's matches both kick off at 4 p.m. UK time, 5 p.m. local time over in France. Morocco against Iraq is the first of these. I mean, this group is so intense because all teams are on 3 points. So it's everything still to play for. Against Iraq, I'm going to go over draw. I mean, Iraq were impressive in the first game beating Ukraine, but they were not as impressive in their following game again after that. So I'm going to go for a draw in that one. Ukraine against Argentina. I think Argentina are going to have too much for Ukraine, to be honest. I think that win against Iraq is going to really inspire confidence in them. So I'm going to go for Argentina to win in that one. So that'll mean that Argentina go through as well as Morocco. In Group C next, we have Spain against Egypt and Dominican Republic against Uzbekistan. Like I said, 2 p.m. kickoff time UK, 3 p.m. local time in France. Spain are already qualified for the next round. Egypt are pretty much there. They just need to avoid defeat to go through no matter what, which I don't think they'll do. I think Spain will probably win in that one 2-0. Dominican Republic against Uzbekistan, let's go 1-1 in that. I don't see too much between the sides. Maybe Uzbekistan win actually, to be fair. I could maybe see that happening. I don't think Dominican Republic are all that really, to be honest, but Uzbeks have been pretty close to getting some sort of result, but they've both lost both of their things. So yeah, so let's move on to the final group stage games of this tournament in the men's side of the draw. Paraguay against Mali, Israel against Japan, both in Group D, both kicking off 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. local time over in France. Paraguay were humiliated in their first match against Japan, but they were much better against Israel. Do I see them beating Mali here? I think they'll probably get a draw. Let's go over 1-1 draw with this one. Israel against Japan. Japan are already through. Israel need a win to get through. I think Japan are going to have too much for them though. I'm going to go over a 2-0 win to Japan in that one. So Japan to go through alongside Paraguay. So yeah, so those are all the games previewing for day 5 of the Olympic Games, the final day of the group stage in the men's side of the draw. We'll of course be back to preview day 6, the women's side of the draw, their final group games, which are all, I believe, taking place on Wednesday, unless I'm very much mistaken. No, I am not. I'm correct on that one. So we'll be back to preview that on Tuesday, and we'll also be reviewing these matches on Wednesday as well. So yeah, stay tuned to much more video content on the world of football, the Olympic Games, and of course any kind of transfer news that comes in the meantime as well, here on thefootballchronicle.com.